We are live. That's right.
Live
Yes.
where I live.
Sure. If you want to use it
Sure.
like that.
Sure. Like, why not? Right?
Why ask why? But dry.
Drink
Oh yeah.
water.
Coming at you. September 29th. 2021. Show 81.
Oh my gosh. We gotta start planning like show 100. What's it gonna be?
What's that? Oh, I don't know. We're gonna have to do something special, like launch our own rocket, like make our own rocket and launch it.
Launch our own rockets from the coasts.
That's what we're gonna have to do. It'll be like we'll cover our own rocket launch, like we did a real live launch. That'd be pretty funny.
It's gonna go too. Like there's no weather. Like if it's pouring
It's going.
rain, it's going.
It's going. Hey, you know what I'm gonna do?
I don't know. You got chat.
I do have chat. Everything's up. Everything's running here. I'm gonna say 10 whopping seconds. 10. Whopping. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey everybody, welcome. Not your average show. Mike Corey here. How is everybody doing today on this fine Wednesday afternoon? Hope everyone is doing well out there in YouTube land.
Excellent.
How are you today, Corey?
YouTube's doing swell.
Didn't you use this the other day? Swell? Didn't we have the discussion about swell being like a Brady word? Like
I could say I'm doing fine. I can't say good because that's not proper response.
okay.
So I am doing well.
So George Carlin had this famous routine about saying that there's things that you could say are fine, and saying that you're fine is like hair. Like hair is fine. He used to do this great routine. But anyhow, yeah, okay. You're fine. Oh, can I just say okay then? I can't. Whatever. Now
you are.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Sure.
See, but I can't say good now. You're saying I can't say I'm good.
No, I guess
there
not.
you go. Hey, it is, like we said at the top of the show, September 29th, 2021. We got a lot to talk to you guys about today. We are going to be talking about the Polestar, which one of the vehicles that in chat, one of our avid viewers actually brought up that we're going to take a look at. I think it's a Polestar 3. Also going to look at Terran Orbital, which is a company out of San Francisco that is going to break ground on a new facility here in Space Coast. Also, quantum computing... Let me say that again. Quantum computing comes home. This one's coming to you from New Atlas. They've got some information on quantum computing actually making the jump to possibly a desktop form factor, and they're excited to see if this can be something that we're going to see. And then finally, Canoo has their minivan or their van, which they're going to call I think they're calling it their 350 horsepower lifestyle vehicle. That's what it is. So we had covered the truck a few months ago, basically as their introduction to the marketplace, and now it looks like this van is coming out soon, and it's exciting. And actually, it's a looker. I mean, it's a different shape, a different design, but I think for the marketplace that they're going after, they do have some potential. So we're going to talk about that.
The Canoo, yeah, it's pretty.
Cool. The more I look at it, the more I like it. But we can get that, later on the show. As always. And you said you're doing good. So do we need to have any more banter to prove that we're polite and friendly to each other, or should we just go right into the show?
I don't think there's any banter needed. Any additional banter? I think not. I think we can, as I banter on, I think we can probably skip any extra banter. Yeah.
All right. Without further banter, here's Corey to talk to us today about Polestar.
Accurate.
Yeah, there you go. We're good, right? Yeah.
That's a good introduction. How's that? Is that gonna trigger anybody?
So now here's the thing. Can we say we're good? Because I can't say I'm good, but can we say we're good?
I mean, can you? Yes, sure. Why not? Is that going to be part of the show? Should we just see how many people we can trigger every show?
That should be the new thing. Get triggered.
Sure.
Excellent. All right. Without further ado, I don't even know what my...
Without further ado, off the Polestar.
Now we look like a bunch of... Hey, here's Corey to talk to you about the Polestar 3.
Polestar.
Hey, you got the floor. It's all yours. I'm done.
All right, cool. Excellent. Okay, cool. So yeah, this next one is from Car and Driver. It's about the new Polestar 3. So first off, yeah, just to kick off the subject, we had some people been asking a few times in some previous shows, hey, can you guys talk about the Polestar, see what's going on with that? There's a few vehicles Polestar's got, so I'll give a little bit of history here in a minute. But this particular one, which is pretty recent news, is about the Polestar 3. And while it has not been officially unveiled, it's an SUV, and we'll talk a bit about it here. So this one again, yeah, from Car and Driver. Polestar 3 EV SUV powertrain, design details, and other details revealed by the CEO. So, okay, cool. So the Polestar 3, so again, just as a Polestar 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This is the 3, and this one is coming to, it's a little bit, it's supposed to be out in 2022. It's the SUV version. They've got a little sheet over it here. It does look pretty nice lines. You can kind of tell if you had thought, hey, is this a Polestar? It kind of does have those kind of lines from the Polestar 1 and 2. But nevertheless, this is going to be the SUV supposedly around 2022. And things that we can confirm out of this was that it was confirmed to have only 2 rows of seats. So some people had speculated, is it going to have more rows in the back? Some really small seats, if you've seen in some other cars. No, it's only 2 rows of seats. It is going to be built in South Carolina. Where there's already a plant there. They're building the S60 there, so they're going to build these SUVs there as well. It will be coming in single and dual motor drive. They say that a lot of times it seems that the American market likes single motor vehicles a little bit more than maybe some of the Australian or some of the European markets like the dual motor setups. They did confirm the power output from whatever this setup is going to be will be greater than the EV version of the XC90. And I had to look that up just to make sure that we had all that. And the AV versions of the XC90 are about 400 horsepower and about 470 foot-pounds of torque, so greater than that, which is good. And yeah, so that's I'm just some things I pulled out of there, and I'll talk about some of the other things here in a minute. But initial thoughts, Mike? What do you think?
Hey, there we go. It'd be nice if I wasn't muted. Hey, there you go. I did because I coughed. Anyhow, so here's the deal. First we have to talk about the lineage, right? The lineage this is basically the electric version of Volvo, right? This is what happens when they were acquired by a Chinese company, I believe Geely, and this is their product that they're trying to put out, right? And it looks good on paper, right? Everything that they're doing right now, it looks fantastic. And they have a couple other vehicles in their lineup, and it looks like this vehicle the Polestar 3 will follow essentially the same design structure, the same form and fit and finish that we've come to expect from the brand, including the Thor's hammers headlights and so on and so forth. So I expect the branding to be there. And when we talk about other things with Polestar, is they do have, without a doubt, probably the second best, if not the top looking EV concept, which is their 2023 Precept. Now, if this thing slots in there somewhere between the performance range of what you said, I think it was the XC90, right? And, a mid-grade SUV, the design language speaks to me that they've got a seller, right? They've got one. I don't think that they're going to miss the mark on this one because you have the branding name, you have great design, and you have the ability to deliver something in market because Polestar has been growing this brand for a little bit longer than most, and they do have other formidable models that are actually out on the market. So I think that speaks really, really well for them.
Yeah, I just wanted to just again talk about a little bit like the backstory, because I know we had some other questions and comments about other manufacturers, whether they're EVs or not, about how their lineage exactly, like where they're from, and why there's something on the scene. If you've never heard of Polestar before, I was going to give you a quick, real quick bullet points of what they are. So Polestar, basically, we go all back to 1996. It was a company or a racing team called Flash Engineering. And they were working basically the British Touring Car Championship. That's where they were racing, and they had become the official Volvo team for that team. Going forward to 2005, it was renamed Polestar to represent, quote, the frozen north of Sweden with the Polestar, and also playing on the connection between pole position and the star of the race, right? So pretty cool, but still doing mostly racing stuff, but still have some ties to Volvo. Going forward to 2009, they became the official performance part manufacturer for Volvo, or developer, right? So they were actually still racing, and they still do now, but still racing then too. But they're making then modifications for performance modifications for street Volvos at that time. And then going to 2015, actually purchased by Volvo, but the purchase left the racing arm intact. That became Cyan Racing. If you want to look that up, they're still doing racing too. So they could still do the racing thing, but then they were officially under Volvo's wing. 2017, Volvo announces two things. Polestar now produces high-performance electric and hybrid cars for Volvo, of course. And then they will also be branded solely under Polestar and no longer Volvo. So they became their own like official thing then. And again, that's real quick. I know, just running through there real quick, but to kind of know that they do have lineage all the way back to 1996, and pretty much seated in racing the whole time. Polestar was. So that's what they're doing. Their Polestar 1, the P1, was a 4-cylinder hybrid coupe.
Cool. Yeah.
That was, which I know you got some pictures up over there as well. And that had basically 60 miles pure electric, but then was set up for performance as well as a hybrid. And then the Polestar 2, and then all the ones after that were all electric, and they all are meant to be from that point on. And then the one you mentioned earlier, the 2023 Precept, that's the Polestar 5 technically, and yeah, that's the direct like competition straight at like Tesla, Lucid, some of the high end Porsche electrics. So yeah.
I want one thing also to be noted, that they're going to be U.S. built in South Carolina, which is cool.
Yes.
So, and the fact that Geely's, like I said, they're a big Chinese company, they're their partner in this. But look, the Precip itself, and what so far I was just perusing the other things that are on the car configurator for the the Polestar 2, and they've got a long range motor, all wheel drive. They got a 408 horsepower version. They got 4.5 seconds. So look, if this 3 comes in at somewhere like the 300 horsepower range, and it's doing 0 to 60 in 5.3, possibly just 2-engine or 2-wheel drive, they might have themselves a seller. And it looks like they're going basically with the same structure that every auto manufacturer is. They're going to have obviously their top of the line model, and then they're going to drill down to the smaller versions of what they need. Now, here's one caveat. Polestar 3 sounds like it's going to be a mini SUV, which is perfectly aimed at what people are buying today. Almost resoundingly, that's a lot of the RAV4s, a lot of the Hondas. What's the mid-size Honda? I can't remember the name of it, but everybody's got a mid-sized SUV out there right now that's pretty much doing well. So good to see that they're aiming in the right place, right? Let's see if they hit it.
Yep, definitely something to keep track of. And I know too, I think you said that the output of the Polestar 3 was going to be like 200 or so. Yeah, I mean, they did say, again, if it goes to the dual motor version, they confirmed it'd be more than the EV XC90. So we're still looking at like above 400 for the dual motor Polestar 3. So not a slouch. Yeah, look, I mean, definitely something to keep track of, to see if they, obviously, as we said before, they're going to have pretty good product, but we'll see how all they sort of all the charging and everything for trying to get really like scale going, like actually selling these at scale.
And they have a model for sale today, which is great. So
yeah, all right, yeah.
You want to close that one out for the nice folks at home?
Yeah, sure. So thanks for sticking around for that. Again, if you guys like covering looking at cars and aviation and obviously space stuff, please like, share, subscribe down below. Very much appreciated. Remember, hit the bell so you know when we go live, and you guys can participate in the live streams too. And keep track when new videos come out, or when we're on location when we do that kind of stuff. So thanks.
There you go, guys. Okay. Thanks, Corey. Thanks for that update. All right. So here's the next one. The next one, as obviously you guys know, and I actually, what? Let me just go into my camera for a minute before I start. All right. Here we go. This one's pretty easy. For us in the Space Coast community that is surrounded by competitors like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and NASA, amongst others like Boeing, it's exciting to see another company make their ground here at home in our backyard, part of our community, and to put their product out there. And that's the same thing that's going on with Terran Orbital. Basically, these guys are San Francisco based. They're a satellite manufacturer, and they have decided that, this is coming from Space News, obviously, that they are going to build a plant that produces more than 1,000 satellites per year right here in Merritt Island at what is basically the old NASA shuttle landing facility, which is one of the largest running pieces of land here. It's like a 2.5 mile runway that the shuttle used to land on. They're basically saying that this thing's going to have 10 hangars. The total investment in the project is going to be $300 million. They're going to bring 2,100 jobs with an average pay of about $85,000 per year here to the Space Coast community. But the biggest thing is, it just, for me, and just, speaking off the top of my head, it reinsures the fact that this is still going to be the primary space community in America. I know that they're trying to do a lot of stuff in Boca Chica, which is great. But, when it comes to actually putting things into space, marketing of space, and using it, what people use it for, which is put up satellites and humans, right now, this is still the place to be. And it's growing. And that's kind of profound to be in this day and age. We're talking, year 2021, and space and satellites is still a growing and blossoming community. Great to see for our area. What's your thoughts on that one, Corey?
Yeah, again, I'm reiterating all the things you just said. It's really exciting to be living in the area that's now coming back to life after the shuttle program's been gone a little bit. It's been coming back to life for a while, and we've been seeing it for a number of years here. So it's not just suddenly happening now, but it is nice to see that it's still going on, and there's still a big push from that from local governments, state governments, and that all the the local population's all on board. Everybody's super happy to see this still expand. And I will maybe you said this, but this announcement comes after 1 week, just a week ago, Terran Orbital announced that they were going to lease 4 floors in Irvine, California, for their satellite design, engineering, and all the development. So they're growing. They're everywhere. Yeah, they're not just going to be here. They're going to be in California as well. They're going to be in Florida. So they're looking to probably get all the supply chain set up so they can continue building their satellites. But yeah, it's really cool to see they're going to do this kind of volume right in our backyard. So yeah, it's that we would also obviously expect to see a bunch more launches with this kind of stuff too. So this, depending if they're going to be micro or CubeSats or bigger stuff, we'll see who's going to be carrying their payloads depending on what they're going to make. It's been said that the Terran Orbital is kind of a one-stop shop. You can kind of go there and get the kind of satellite you need to do. So
you're one-stop shopping for satellites. Terran Orbital.
You go. Yeah. So,
well, they do have a lot of. So not to knock what Corey's saying, because it's kind of funny, because on their website they do prove or actually make a case for the fact that they are leaders in this industry, and how many different flights they've already put up on other, obviously other people's rockets. And also, there's one thing that's actually very, very cool is you can go down to the very bottom of their website and you can see the people that are actually involved with the actual company. And their team is a pretty stout team. They do have a world-class management team that's actually put in place. They got people like Mark Bell. They got Markovia. They've also got an obviously, SpaceX guy who's in there. And so they've got a bunch of actually really qualified people there to do the job. So to see them actually grow here, to put $300 million down in the backyard here of the space community, fantastic. We greatly appreciate it, and we hope it turns out as being a great investment for both the local economy and for possibly people looking to put some money into another growing satellite company, because this is a great place where you might want to put your money.
Yeah, super cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see breaking ground and hear more who they're partnering with, and go check it out.
So hey, folks, if you had a chance, like, subscribe, follow. Let us know what you think in the comments below, what this could mean for the space community, and especially what it could mean for the space community here, right in Space Coast, Florida. I mean, it's great so that you could say Space Coast, Florida, and space community, and people know this is where it happens. This is, this is where they started it all, and a proud heritage, especially in this community, for people that really regard the space program as being the life and blood of this area. So thanks for your support. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below, and we shall carry on. There you go.
Cool. All right. Ready for my next one, I guess?
In 1 second. All right, let's see what we got here. I just want to see one thing, because I want to see if Terran Orbital, they are not. Oh, so they might have a funding or someplace else where you could put money on these people, because they don't have a stock ticker. There you go. They are not publicly traded. All right. Introducing the next topic. Corey's here to talk to us about some of the ongoing stuff that we've covered before in the community of quantum computing. So without anything else,
quantum computing.
Corey's got the floor.
Yeah, cool. Yep, cool. So this next one is coming to us from New Atlas, and it just says quantum computing hits the desktop. No cryo cooling required. So okay, so again, I'll just preface talking about this article. I'm not going to go into all of like the science of how the quantum computing actually specifically works. I'm really just trying to cover the article and really make the video, this particular segment, accessible to as many people as possible. So just to go through basically here though. So the idea, if you've been following quantum computing in any way, shape, or form, you may or may not know, but you may know that some of the components of the quantum computer need to be quite cold, and absolute zero, as close to absolute zero as possible, and that's a temperature, really cold temperature. The idea is that if you cool things down, all of the atoms and all the atoms slow down. They vibrate less and less. The movement is less and less. And what you can do with that is where they need to get some of the components of the quantum computer down so they vibrate as little as possible or almost none at all, with absolute zero. And that's because they need to keep some of these qubits, some of the components on the computer, from having any coherence or loss of coherence, so that they can use them to do calculations. So one of the big hurdles there, as I just explained, is having things cool down to absolute zero, which kind of obviously limits, having to bring your quantum computer home, at least in its current form, to anywhere besides labs or places that are specifically made for such a thing. But anyway, this company here, it's an Australian German company, and they are saying that they've kind of changed how they're doing the idea of qubits themselves, and they can basically do them at room temperature.
Nice.
Which is pretty crazy. So you got to go have a look at their website, and of course maybe look through the article too. Obviously it's down below. But the idea is, if you go to the website, they're saying basically what they're trying to do is they're using diamonds to act as the qubit.
Sounds expensive.
And by doing certain things with that, they can basically do them at room temperature. And they're working on scaling it up in terms of how many qubits you can do. But there's ideas that they'll also not just have the quantum computer itself, but they'll have, maybe they can build this thing into what they're calling, let me get it so I don't say it wrong, quantum accelerators. And the idea of that is it'll be their device, but in a form factor and size of like a big graphics card.
That's pretty cool.
So you could possibly buy, or if you're in the field, and obviously this isn't going to be cheap anyway, but you'd be able to get this and put it in your maybe workstation at work, or your computer if you have your own business, depending on what you're doing with it. And then the types of calculations that would benefit from classical computing, meaning the computer you have now, you could do that. But something that would benefit from using their product, their quantum accelerator, you could do that with that piece of hardware, in the same device, if you had such a thing. So that's kind of the real quick rundown. And I would say go through here and read all the fine details.
There's a white paper. There's a white paper on their website, by the way.
Yeah, there's more stuff about it, but again, just kind of kicking off the conversation. Mike, what do you think about it?
First, can I game with it? That's what I want to know. Second is, when is Linus Tech Tips going to get his hands on it and do a benchmark and find out how it really performs? And lastly, look, obviously unverified. They say it's for sale, but it's unverified, the fact that they can do this at room temperature. Interested to know what the price would be, right? Obviously,
sure,
I'm assuming it's not going to be cheap, because if this does, and they can prove that this thing does what they want it to do, obviously it's great, because this is the way technology goes, right? Starts room scale. The old computer started transistors, before transistors.
That's true, yeah.
Started with old vacuum tubes, and we eventually made our way down in size. Same thing with old televisions. Old televisions used to be the size of furniture, right? And now obviously it makes its way down. And it sounds like to me that the way that they're imposing this technology looks like at the very least it's going to be some sort of rack-based system where you plug in through Ethernet, and then you get your quantum, brilliance computing through that. Now, here's the only thing that I see, and that is basically they say, their hardware, and I hope, I'm just throwing it out there, that when we look at this picture, it has a laptop plugged in through an Ethernet hub, which is basically going back to the quantum brilliance, which looks like their rack server box. I hope that we have fast enough speeds on both sides of that Ethernet that can actually deliver what is basically the quantum brilliance calculations at speed. Unless we're talking about this is going to be more of a mainframe style, kind of number cruncher, and then you're going to get your, your quantum Brilliance efforts later on, and you just have to read what comes off the the side. I don't know what their applications are going to be yet.
Yeah,
but that's just me.
that was kind of what I was thinking when you were talking about that. Was you might give the job to the wherever it's computed, wherever they actually have their processors or their quantum accelerators, you'd pass the job to that device, and it would do whatever it's got to do with it, and then it would pass you the solution. You know what I mean?
Which would be cool.
So I don't know, but I mean, yeah, we'll see.
I mean, so look, now the other part of it is if they do get this, well, here, will it be as hard to get as a 3080? And
oh, geez, wow, look at you, straight knife in the heart there. I don't know. I mean, we're obviously kind of joking, but maybe not. I mean, if they really work, then they're going to be in high demand.
And look, what the other thing that I want to know is what's the current chip shortage.
So, I mean, they know.
Yeah, and what's the other thing that I want to know is what's the current chip shortage doing currently for them? Is that creating any other problems that they might see for being able to deliver this, right? And I want to know, the last thing is, obviously, what's the price, right? What are you going to pay for this thing?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean,
you know what? Maybe we should contact them, reach out, and be like, "Hey, we're just curious. What's the price of a unit?" And they have a little contact us here at the top of their website. So I think I might do that.
Yeah, I mean, totally can. Just say, "Hey, reach out. We're just interested in tech, and we got a channel, and hey."
And also here, also on their website, they do have a picture of what's called the quantum computer hardware, and then they have the quantum accelerator, which looks like to be just like you spoke about. It looks to be broken down into the size of basically a video card, right? And I would assume that whatever bus that sits on is going to be, I would assume, a proprietary bus that they're going to have massive speeds that can give you the acceleration properties, at least so that it dumps in. Because the other thing is, look, if this thing's going to be doing massive calculations, right, and it's got masses of data, your bus speed is going to be important as to how long it takes you to read that data, because it'd be great, it's massive chunk of data, but then it takes like an hour for you to access it because, well, there's no pipe big enough for you to even view it, right? That'd be interesting too.
Yeah, I guess it depends what you're asking it to do.
Don't know.
Obviously, using the medical field and things like that, where this kind of thing would be useful. But we'll see. We can reach out and maybe get some info.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, cool. Awesome.
Yep. So, thanks. You know the drill. Like, share, subscribe. We very much appreciate it. Hit the bell down there. Notified when we get new videos out, and we can update you on some of these topics. Space, aviation. You guys know what we kind of cover. So, thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thanks, guys. All right. This last one is a little bit nicer on the eyes, but even though this quantum computer piece was actually pretty, I liked it. It's really, really pretty. This one's actually, Corey was the one that actually found Canoo a while back ago, and so when he did, we were like, "Hey, what's this company? What are they talking about?" He's like, "Oh, there's this company making other trucks. We were talking about Cybertruck or something." And lo and behold, here's Canoo and their pickup truck. Well, Canoo has got another actually really interesting looking extension on what is their pickup truck. And that is none other than what we could call, hey, it's their lifestyle vehicle. And this one comes to us via Rob Report. Now, here's the great thing. First off, just got to say this. It's pretty. I like the design of it. It's gorgeous. They're calling this their lifestyle vehicle, and there's a couple of really neat things about it. And we're going to take a look at that here in just a second. So the best part is when they're calling this the lifestyle vehicle, there's some specs that go along with it that might fit your lifestyle. 350 horsepower, got an 80 kilowatt battery. This thing's got a payload apparently of 1,464 pounds, and it could do 80% of a charge in 28 minutes. There's a 7-seat premium version as well that comes with air purifiers, ambient lighting, 17-speaker system, and it can pull up to 2,000 pounds. Now, the folks over there at Canoo. I do this. Yeah. There's always words that I mess up. Okay, at Canoo, tell you, 500 horsepower and a 550 foot-pound version of torque is coming within the next year and a half as well. But other things that are included with this baseline price, now get this, it's a baseline price, all right, of $34,750. Okay, and they're saying that it's going to have a max range of about 250 miles. Now, the thing is, it is pretty. It's not an ugly looking vehicle by any means. It looks like it could perfectly fit lifestyles of today of people that are looking to engage in a minivan that might actually have some off-road capability. which actually serves a very unique market because right now there's a lot of people out there that would like to be in this off-road slash family lifestyle vehicle that has the ability to do a little bit more than just the average minivan. So there is a small niche that they might be tapping into. And again, just from the aesthetics of what this thing looks like, top to bottom, looks phenomenal. So what's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, when I first found this and I passed it to Mike, it looked like a bit of a different design. We were talking about Cybertruck at the time, and this does not look like a Cybertruck,
Mm-mm.
but that's not a bad thing. It's still, as Mike said, it still is growing on me. And actually, they have a truck version, not of the exact same. I mean, it's the same platform, but they have a truck version that got some other features, and that's pretty cool too. And that one's growing on me as well. And obviously that links down in the description below too. But yeah, the idea that some of the manufacturers now, such as Canoo and like Rivian, for example, they're doing the electric platform, but they're also putting in like features that kind of help with the lifestyle, like you would expect, or they would expect you to maybe use their vehicle for, whether it's off-roading or camping or whatever. And they're kind of integrating those features into the vehicle itself, which is really cool. A bit different than maybe purely traditional vehicles have been. So
Hmm.
this one is the same kind of thing. It's just pretty cool to see something different that has those features in there. And I don't know. Did you think it was gonna be that cheap when you read
No,
about it,
but I'm
or?
looking right here at the configurator that they have. They have the delivery version, which is going to be two seats, 250 nautical mile range, 80 kilowatt battery, and I think that's the one that they're talking about there. But the base ups the range past 250 and it gives you the 350 horsepower plus the 5 seats, 28-minute charge, and it gives you 19-inch wheels and 3 different colors. The premium gives you obviously the 7 seats, panoramic glass roof, street view window, which actually I think is much like a helicopter. You can actually see the view from your feet, which is kind of cool. Upgraded 17 speaker audio
Yeah.
system, ambient lighting, air purifying, and wellness package. And then the Adventurer has the exclusive dark green color, tow hitch, 2,000
Ooh.
pound capacity with the light bar, roof rack, and adventure accessories. And that's the one that would probably
Mm.
make its way, by the looks of it, into the movie Prometheus as the all-terrain vehicle of choice, right? Because it could. It's
Good.
pretty enough for it. Let's see if they can actually deliver it at that price for the base model, right? That's one of the things, and it
Mhm.
is really, really, I think, a different approach. The inner sci-fi nerd in me just goes, "Oh, that's cool. I like it."
Yeah, it's different. Yeah. I mean, honestly, if I had to pick a canoe, like which
Mm,
one, I'd probably go with the
okay.
truck. It's just I don't know, my
Hmm.
feeling. Uh, Maybe because it's got a bed and you can put stuff in it. I mean, although it's interesting that the inside of the lifestyle vehicle and the lifestyle vehicle, it looks like they have that kind of, I don't know, like a bench
Yeah.
kind of seat. So the seats are a bit different than normal. So it looks like you probably still fit a decent amount of stuff in there. But I don't know. I could still go with the truck, but
Well, and
that's
there's,
just me.
there's a couple of different versions here that are shown on the website. They got the delivery version, which seems like the base. Then there's the actual base but it still seems like it has the panoramic roof. Then we have the premium and the adventure. It looks like it's got a couple more racks on it, those 19-inch rims, right? James Peckles in comments says, "I don't really
I
like the
don't
way
like
it
it.
looks. Look, it's eye of beholder type thing.
I had the same thought.
Look, if I now here, let me say this again. If
I don't know.
if somebody
Maybe
said you're
I'm
going to get
crazy.
one of these versus say a Cybertruck, well, wait a second. This lifestyle
Well,
vehicle,
okay.
a lifestyle vehicle to me over a Cybertruck, depending on the functionality, I might go with one of these. However, if you gave me a top of the line tri-motor Cybertruck, no chance I take this. I go with the Cybertruck because I'm a speed, I like the speed of it. So,
Yeah.
all looks aside, right? But I guess that's the
Yeah.
fanciful part about EVs. I think that people are really missing. Before, you're kind of in this limited frame of, you're on a body on frame design with older trucks, or you're into you know, uh, some other design, and with all these new battery packages and so on and so forth, how they can design EVs, it's really opened up the world of car design, right? You don't have to go
Hmm.
with the same old traditional designs as you used to. So, and I'm sure we're going to see more and more polarizing designs going forward, right? People are going to take a little bit more of expressive interest in communicating what the body style of the vehicle can be, because hey, basically underneath you just need the battery tray and a subframe, and the rest is just add-on, right?
Yeah, the skateboard,
Yeah,
as they say, So I mean, yeah,
that's my feeling.
I don't know. Is that our new thing? Every time we have an EV, we are like Cybertruck or this?
No, that's because
Cybertruck.
this is in the same category as truck, right? Once it goes, so here's the thing. Once
We'll go to the
okay,
truck
here
one.
we'll go to the truck one. It's not. I mean, it's a beautiful design. I don't have a problem with that. It's here's truck. Like, the pickup truck is again great looking. This is a looker. Right? There's nothing wrong with this, but it's a completely different embodiment of the word truck. Right? It's a cab forward design.
Yeah.
It's got it's got a lot more aesthetic glass. It's not stainless steel. So there's big differences right off the bat. That's me. Like Cybertruck says in your face truck. This says
Cybertruck.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
This says I'm a modern looking electric vehicle.
I'm sensible. You could take me anywhere. You could take me.
Yeah, kind of. Like we're that. Like this one has a nice. They're saying that this one has the modular bed. It has the the safe step. Cybertruck comes with its basically post-apocalyptic, all-wheel drive quad in the back, and you can jump on the roof, and it's bulletproof. little different, right?
Yeah.
Two different. Well, you tell me. Look, you're back at you. What's your thoughts?
James says this truck looks better than the Cybertruck.
It looks better than okay. So wait, so now James,
but I mean, yeah, I mean, James, I'm with you. I love Cybertruck. I kind of would like to see them next to each other because I'm wondering about I mean, everything honestly, interior volume in the Cybertruck versus this. I mean, we've seen the inside of this with the other vehicle. It looks pretty roomy. It's okay. It's got one of these giant dashes. I've been in, those cars when you get in and it's got this giant dashboard. So it feels really roomy, but really the seat area is the same. It just feels really big because there's so much room up there. I don't know. I mean, some of the features in this one are pretty cool. I don't know if you saw, but the bed can be extended in the back. If you wanted something longer than the 6-foot bed, you can get another 2 feet just by pulling out the extra extensions from below. They're in there
that's
already,
cool.
And then it just slides up and attaches. That's kind of cool. I mean,
all beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So hey, we're gonna look at more what Canoo can do for us in the future. These things are all playing out in real time. So apparently it's going to be 2022, 2023 is where we're going to see these things start rolling out. So obviously we know that Rivian has the Rivian. That's another one. I always screw it up. Right? Doesn't make a difference. They've got their truck out there now. Ford just dumped $1 billion, if not $2 billion, into F-150 Lightning production. Everybody's jumping on this bandwagon for truck sales. So yeah, that's the way it could go. We'll see. So let us know in the comments below how badly you think I pronounce certain words, and also what you think of, these other trucks and what Canoo can do, and if this adventure lifestyle vehicle with 350 horsepower could fit your bill, and if you could be attracted to it. And then I'll stop butchering some words. Never.
I love that. Let me know in the comments below how to pronounce the words I misspelled. And please share, and subscribe so I can pronounce stuff incorrectly in the future for you.
I will continually butcher these because why not? It's what I do already. So, it happened. This is what happens when you have to think on the fly, when you don't... Look, there's no pre-made script. What I have here is just one loose leaf paper of
just take a blank piece of paper out. This
is the only thing I have in here is a little bit of specs that I copied off the website. The rest of it is all ad lib. We don't have any script here, so we're doing yeoman's work, to say the least. So take your best shot. All right. Here we go. All right. Thanks for all the comments. James, I think, had one more. It looks like they have way... I hate the way the Cybertruck looks. Ooh, wait a second.
Just
okay, here's a deal. Okay, there's little Roscoe. Look, he's sitting right there. All right, here's the deal. Cybertruck, I don't think, is the truck that people think it is because of the stainless steel looks, because I think it's a perfectly good canvas for a wrap. And you take that vehicle, and once you wrap it, you're going to be able to make it into whatever you want. That's my first opinion of it right off the bat.
Those renders already. Plenty of those renders. Plenty of people out there rendering the wraps. So
I mean,
yeah.
you put a skin on that thing, and I could basically imagine that someone's going to do a 3D relief looking, wrap on it that makes it look like a rebel cruiser from Star Wars, and you'd be like, "Oh, that's bad, right? That's badass." So, and then I imagine once the customized people get their hands on it, they're going to throw every attachment on it that you could possibly imagine. So,
actually, that is an interesting thought. You just said that. So if it's got a metal skin, people who mod, put mods on the exterior of vehicles, what are they going to do? They're going to make a metal, because the metal is special metal, right?
right.
He's made the metal for that vehicle,
Right.
so it won't be the same. I don't know.
I would imagine the first thing that I would look at is, will it be magnetic? In other words, if I wanted to mod the thing and put like different things on it, I would just put it on magnets, like super strong magnets, like they use for welder magnets, right? And basically what you
neodymium magnets and just
no. So if you're going to do welding, sometimes they have those on and off magnets that basically have a switch on them, right? It just takes the polarity and changes it at the minute. So you get new running boards, and you literally just walk up to the truck and go click and turn the two magnets on, and you got new running boards. All right, there you go. Or you want a roof rack?
True.
Click, click. You got a roof rack. Simple. Just don't exceed the loading of 350 pounds. Otherwise, you're going to find it in the middle of the street somewhere. Or am I completely off base?
Yeah. No, you got me on a Google search for wraps on the Cybertruck.
There you go.
I'm going down a rabbit hole. I'm good though.
I'm good. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. Thanks for the support. We will catch you guys, I think, with another live episode tomorrow, and we'll see what we have in store for you. So thank you so much for being with us today.
Yep. Thank you.
We appreciate it. Take care, guys, and we'll catch you real soon.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Outro music. So you went down the rabbit hole, did you?
Well, James got me on the rabbit hole there.
Hey, thanks for the comments, James. We appreciate it. All right, thanks everybody. We'll catch you real soon. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.